conversations. Like, after that event that I talked about, we went to after Mike Brown got shot, man, I said it. I put it on blast on the blog. I've said it on a few podcasts, and I'll say it to my generation all day, every day. We are entitled. We need to come to grips with it. You're talking about the millennials, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the reason is because I learned that by watching and observing the civil rights movement. When those man, the gray hair, some were wearing dashiki, some were dressed up like with 3-point gator skin. I mean, everything. Like they was dressed to the nines, right? And you got all of us with baggies or tight fits and camouflage and all that. Like I was sitting there like, man, unless we humble ourselves and receive from the older generation, man, we're gonna repeat a lot of mistakes and we're gonna bump our head and we're gonna drop the baton. And so what it takes a lot of times is millennials rising up. And so that's what I did, is I said, we're entitled. I said, the reason we're entitled is because we inherited from our first cry the privileges and rights that they marched for, got hosed for, got assassinated for. So my generation doesn't know how to endure. We don't. Everything we've been given has been given to us at our very whim. Even poor, even the socio lowest economic realities. Like we have been given so much that we're entitled and we expect, and everything has to be given to us before we even think that we want it. Yep. And so that's where I think God is going to put us through the ringer. That's why we need the older generation. So the best phrase I was ever told from a mother in the church was, "Baby, keep on living." I didn't know what she meant when she said that. But she was like, keep on living. And so now that I'm 7 years past hearing that statement, I'm extreme in a lot of things, right? Because I'm young, but I'm like, I need to fall back on my extreme position because I need to keep on living. Because, man, I haven't lived enough. And so that's where I've learned to drink from the well of wisdom from older saints. And it just takes millennials to say that to each other, to say, man, if you ain't got those individuals with gray hair pouring into your life, you're losing. Because if all you have is peers, you're never going to uncover each other's blind spots. You've got to have endurance. And so everyone who is from the older generation, I pray that we would revitalize their hearts to give out, but that we would be receptive to say, I need the wisdom. And so that's why the man who led me to Christ was in his 60s. The 3 men that I consider fathers with faith, they're all in their 60s or 70s right now. And that's why I feel like I got an old soul, because it kind of helps me to navigate through things that I can miss certain pitfalls that many of my generation won't, because they just don't have a desire to spend time with seasoned saints. So I would say more millennials need to rise up, and we need to challenge our millennials to say, speak to the entitlement of generations. It's going to come better from you than it is from me, because I'm going to come off as the old grumpy person. So be honest and say, yo, we need to get it right. We need to click up with seasoned saints. So that's what it is. So, yeah.